services at the starport are constantly being updated. Remember to visit every time you pass through the system. This is a flight regulation announcement. Please proceed to dock on your assigned docking pad in a timely manner, and refrain from obstructing other docking areas. We extend a warm welcome to new arrivals in this facility, and wish a safe journey to all departures. Ensure you have received authorization before entering the docking bay. If you don't have access permission, please exit the facility immediately. For the safety of all visitors, be considerate of other vessels while passing through the main access corridor.
Right, how are my mic levels? Does the sound pretty good? Should be roughly similar settings to last time. It's more crap on my motherboard than audio itself.
This is a message to all commanders. Please reduce your speed when maneuvering your ship inside the docking bay.
Okay, well, awesome. In that case, sound is sounding like good. Thanks, Pyro. Chrome, Parag. Anyway, what would we like to do today in game now that my stuff is all working and internet seems to.
We would like to remind all commanders to avoid blocking access to docking pads during arrival and departure.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. It was me last night trying to do combat zone one-handed with pizza in the other.
Ensure you have received authorization before entering the docking bay. If you don't have access permission, please exit the facility immediately.
Yeah, engineering stuff might be good. I need to go grind more stuff. Oh, I know what I need to do. Excited. Sheets.
We would like to welcome all commanders to this facility. Please ensure you complete all docking procedures within the allocated time.
Let's look at. We're looking at. Yeah, you dropped them to 1%. It's as low as they can go. The important thing here too is that by helping the dragons, bump them up, so there's more than a 5% cap in that war, which means and then they should be pen treat. Well done there. Data in. Oh, dragon 5.4. Oh wait, it wasn't even dragons they were at war at. It was these guys. Was 5.8. Nine, 17. Top guys. All right, let's check on the rest of our sphere. All right. Seven. Yeah, I know that doesn't look great on the chat window. Hard to see the chat through the white background. The only thing about this is that it's interesting looking at Streamlabs, the OBS Studio, because OBS Streamlabs would let you change the way that chat box looked on the fly. You could just change this. I'd have to go through a couple more steps, but it looks pretty good in game, so I'm not too. Two there. 3. Citing spreadsheets, the heart of yes. You're watching two streams. Arngen. Well, I'm glad that the chat boxes work. Definitely wasn't able to stay online this long, or clearly not. Trying to stuff. So minor declines, but we also didn't really work our system. It's fine. Empire Pact is point. Arngen is the system that we're going to want to expand from. We'll need to boot. Want to do that until we're pending. Sorry, I'm kind of not looking at the mic very clearly, so it might be cutting out a little bit. Apologize. And system 7.4. 7. Section. I feel like corporate's actually my. I think that. Or. Might, if I'm doing Skyrim, I might have to change chat boxes. That's gonna be kind of a mess. White background, black text is gonna snow. Text won't, but the box might. For first fist, they gone down. Still at the top of their major, so 4. I think I'm gonna relog and find a background, like a UI coloring that kind of matches the chat box to some color or close to white. I might have to find that forum thread. Oh, we going up here. 15.9. All right. The war pending here from yesterday, 13. So these part of why I was trying to boost them up a little bit. So, in fact, we'll see. Oh, G Swine's online. Hi, G Swine. Streaming too. Oh, that's the other stream you're watching, isn't it? God, still high there. I mean, I didn't do a ton against us, but I dropped us about 5%. Epsilon Hydra Core at 11.7. Clear, they'll have a nice amount. But yeah, I've never tried using the multi-stream. I don't think I have. Jet Raiders 6.3. One there. And Vista, the crown jewel. These guys are going to go right back to war. Look how close they are. They just got out of a war, and then like 2 weeks ago they were in a war as well. Yeah, they just did their war. I mean, I was thinking I'd just put it in like 2 different windows, watch both. That's a little bit nicer because you see them clearly. You 7. Oh, 6.5. You know, we can raid streams, can't we? That would be awesome. I could then send all my viewers over to one stream if I stopped. That word vomit pissed. I keep hoping that Libertas will go into an outbreak. A ton of money from. Pyro, one cool thing we can do here, see how Epsilon Hydra Commodities, this is their home system. We can arrange a war here, and we can do what's called a rapid state. Mike died a lot. Yeah, that's just gonna be here sometimes. Like it goes phases. What I was saying is that Epsilon Hydra Commodities. I'm gonna bring it right here so that you can hear me very carefully and closely. Epsilon Hydra Commodities. Once they're out of their war, we can match them here and then arrange for a rapid retreat. Quade ASMR. No, my voice is not that soothing. A little bit of a southern accent, a little bit of a, you know, throaty throat. A bit Rauchy allied. Help. I'm down again. Ah, fuck. They're matched for war. Bad. Have to go fight over there in a couple of days. I ran a bunch of missions for them too. Somebody must be mucking around over there. In fact, let's take a look now that the sheets are. Alright.
This facility offers a range of services. Check your information panel after docking for more details.
Yep, there you go. Got a few. I mean, that's not a ton of traffic. 2 of those should be me, but that wasn't. That would have been yesterday. I was one. Nobody's using.
If you're unable to complete
Was.
the procedure within your time slot, you'll need to exit the bay and resubmit a docking request.
Okay, well, we'll have to intervene there in that war so we don't lose a seat. I can handle that. That's fine. That's pretty great, actually. Yeah, that's nice. Doubling up on all. Hey, Pyro, do you have a link to that forum thread? All the different UIs in it? I've got a really old one from Reddit. Bicolor.
This is an important announcement. Security surveillance is in effect in the facility at all times. Any acts of aggression will be met with an appropriate response. We will be forced to respond to aggressive actions. For peace of mind, please stow ship weapons while inside.
No, it's just a default. Alright, help me pick, kids. I'm thinking maybe this white one or this white one. One of these. Kind of a greenish, where's that? Bluish white? Bad guys will not be red, though.
We would like to remind all commanders to avoid blocking access to docking pads during arrival.
I mean, I'll survive.
Departure.
Yeah, but blue doesn't match my chat box. Yeah, I like that green one, too. I did this.
This is a message to all commanders. Please reduce your speed when maneuvering your ship
Also bookmark. Alright, I'll keep streaming, but I'm going to pull this off to desktop so I can change the colors. Wait. Oh, you know what? That gets rid of the chat box. Whatever. Look, I can do what? Best overlay ever. Save. Alright. It again. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put a hangout up and we can hang out here. I'm just kind of troubleshooting. I wanted to make sure the stream was working. Grab the spreadsheets, all that good stuff. That looks pretty good. Might make the font size a little bigger. Yeah, but otherwise it looks pretty good. Not an exactly match, but that's okay. Close enough. All readable. That's not bad. Oh, hey, look, it didn't mess with Selena's face very much. Usually that gets all distorted, weird looking. Yeah, okay. Actually, this is pretty good. I like the amount of contrast that. All right, well, let me get my headphones on and set up a hangout. All right, audio should be on. Good. You can always join in and listen, Pyro. Want? Always an option. I think anybody would judge you for that.
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, and you don't need to be doing commentary and putting yourself into pain. It's more just if we end up winging or something like that, we can, you can hear us in real time without the delay. It doesn't matter that much though, Pyro. I mean, we were doing fine in CG, right? It didn't cause any issues. Friendlies are blue, neutrals are orange, right? Oh, yeah, friendlies are blue. Neutrals are white. I don't know what the yellow is. It's probably... Yeah, it's the wakes. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have left the no-fire zone. Safe travels, Commander.
Four, three,
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing,
How are you?
G-Swine? I'm well. Enjoying
Yeah.
my internet being back.
Yes, that was a bit of a shocker, wasn't it?
No kidding.
Ah, dear me. But yeah, I'm all right. I'm still a little miffed. A little miffed. But what are you gonna do? Postman, eh?
fuel scooping.
Yeah, that you just you just bite it and leave it alone.
I wouldn't mind it. I paid for the extra. Like, oh, I'll get it soon. Put the money down. Had a look at the terms and conditions. If you did it before X amount of time, it would be fine. But if someone at the post office at the other end, completely different company, of course, has decided otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how it would happen, wouldn't it? It'd be some bureaucrat.
Some manky postman, probably. I probably shouldn't slag them until I get the actual thing back.
At least not publicly on a stream.
Yeah, although that was my day today, was looking at all the things that Yodel had done and have been accused of and are hated for.
It's not just you.
No. This exact scenario has been playing out since I think the earliest one I was 2014. I'm sure it goes back further, but that was one that caught my eye.
Yeah, it's like extra money for Saturday delivery. Oh, no
Oh,
deliveries on Saturday.
yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy. Wonder how many tenors you can make in 4 years. Be interesting.
Yeah, it must be profitable. What am I?
Yeah, it must be crazy. So is that anyone joining us? Is it just us?
Pyro is watching the multi-stream in chat. Tarag was on the multi-stream. I don't know if he still is. Traum now. I forget. I go back and forth. Traum was on.
Yeah.
Phil was on the in chat. I don't know if he's playing or listening in or what. I don't know what Algold's doing.
Strange
Yep.
things probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Docking request granted.
BGS is looking pretty happy. Not
Yeah,
not too much going on.
took a quick check. Took a quick check of numbers. You guys have been Keeping everything together.
I guess. I mean, after pushing on for Monday and Tuesday, I took the rest of the week off, and it's just great. I didn't do anything Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday really.
Landing gear deployed.
The freedom. But yeah, hopefully things will calm down. Although I was seeing in a certain chat place that a certain faction might have a certain someone doing certain things.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't even want to say.
Let's go look at that. Actually, that's. Oh yeah, there they are. They're up a big bit. 54.7.
Oh jeez.
God damn. I wonder if they're
That
back.
means today.
Here's
That
the
means
thing,
if we don't
though.
want them in a
They're
supremacy.
still on my friends list, so it's not. I mean, they could have an alt. It could be somebody else, but she isn't back, as far as I can tell.
I was gonna say the same. I don't see them. Although they seem to have, I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, haha. But they seem to have removed, or is it back? Had they removed friends lists from the splash screen?
I
No
think
loading?
so. I haven't seen it except in game.
Yeah. FD. They don't know what they're doing with their own code.
Yeah, Pyro, there is a long and sordid history with the Crystal Armada. Suffices to say, they are the greatest enemy of all human beings.
Yeah, you won't get any kind of noise from me if you go around there poking your nose in and happen to
Just
have a
murdering CA people.
yeah,
Oh god, they're terrible.
like a Call of Duty style kill streak. You go for it.
Alright, let's see. These, yeah, Rauchi's pending civil war. Damn it, Dynasty. Got some love from somebody. They jumped up a bunch.
Have they?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been kind of hands off, but they were about 40%, and these guys jumped up over the last 2 days and met Rauchi allied. So, now they're matched for war.
Okay.
There's 100k bounties for allied, and I'll give them my stack of leftover 100k in exploration data. Alright, and now let's see, we can trade. I think I'm just going to do missions and then trade back. Yeah, see if any of them are active, Pyro. See if they have any, players who have their mission lists and their flight lists active. Alright, there's 6 influence. And what else have we got? I don't want to be killing... That's going to take too long. 12 sentry skimmers? Nope. Can deliver some silver. I can salvage black boxes. Might do that. Let's look at Plute. Yeah, they don't have anything super far away. Let's do it. We should do a podcast, G-Swine. Oh, no, 20,000. I feel like there's so much to talk about the game right now. We could go on and on.
We could do that. I think we should arrange that. I've got time off. I'm around anytime. Maybe
Nice.
find another body or two.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, we could bring Algold in on it. I mean, on Tuesday, Brevity's got the day off, and I'm available. And we can all do... The 4 of us can do No Man's Sky next. That'll be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, we should do the PL podcast.
From No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that would be great. I really like that I figured out all the overlays and stuff, because I can be like, brought to you by Wake Ya Cup Coffee.
And just, yeah, this...
And it comes up on the screen. Yeah.
You inspired me. You inspired me to have a mess around, and
I,
I got the chat. It's terrible looking. I got the actual Twitch chat overlay with a really bad transparency.
yeah, I might tweak mine a little bit. It looks all right, but I was so worried today. I thought I was just crashing my internet over and over with the game, and it just happened that like it was just maintenance or whatever service outage.
Twitch is breaking my internet.
Yeah, I was so mad.
Oh, if I got Commander, I'm getting a bit. I suppose it could be because I'm streaming. I'm getting some nasty lag.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that must have been a moment.
Yeah, and then finding out it could have been down. You know, I would still be 5 hours away from their expected service return, so I'm lucky it's back now. It might cut out at any moment. Who knows?
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it's okay.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright, well, while I'm in Super Cruise forever, let's organize my windows here. Get these looking proper. Good, alright. It's looking good. There's the chat. I wish I could put the chat overlay in my window, because I think it'd be great if it would just be, like, right here. So I could see the chat without having to look onto another monitor.
Yeah.
Bunch of first world problems, but...
There's plenty of those, isn't there?
yeah. Alright. I haven't even looked at AD Slack, because Slack's been down all morning. All day.
Kind of taking a break. I don't
Mission
believe
critical
that.
message.
But it's... no. There must be an overlay. There must be an overlay.
There probably is to bring it in game, or just like a transparent window that stays on top all the time. Ooh, I got a bad guy. Here. I'm not even gonna fight him. It's the one. Alright, I might kill that pirate in an LC system, get some bounties. Oh yeah, there's Connell Fisher. We had a lot of new people coming into Slack every day. I'm really pleased by it.
Yeah. I think most of them are kosher. It's all good. Nice to have a few more haulers.
Yeah, I actually want them to do hauling. We have so many people that are, you know, pulling just epic amounts of materials every week. Like, we lose one of them, and we lose basically any other power's entire power play activity. Like, if you look at... Yeah, you look at, like, Jerry, right? Like, last turn, on 2 accounts, he got, like, over 30, 40k each. And then you look at a power like, you know, Kumo or Sirius or somebody, like, they're barely putting that out in an entire cycle. And we've got one player doing that much work. It's nuts.
It is nuts. It is. It makes you wonder. The size. We know what the size of things used to be like, but some of those powers must be run by.
Yeah, just
I don't want to say 5 people, 6 people. Just.
They might be. I mean,
crazy.
You look at the power like Grom, where they can go AFK with some turret boats in there. You know, could probably have one player run 3 or 4 accounts and manage hundreds of thousands of merits a week.
Well, we got 3 more months less before the power play changes come in. It's going to be after the summer, boys. A Q4 update. I suppose this could be a while yet. Did I unmute my mic? I did.
Yep, that's fine. I'm trying to find Crystal Armada. They only have Jezza. That's funny.
Well, they had Phoenix. What you call them? Yeah, it was them that they were pushing, wasn't it?
I don't know, maybe the 104th
So,
Phoenix
I'll-
Discovery Wing or somebody like that. I mean, it could be anybody.
That was the reborn Phoenix.
Well, keep
But
in
they actually
mind,
got their faction in game.
we have Kupesh is looking to. You can mute your mic and I'll just blabber on, so that's fine. But Kupesh was looking to work that sphere, the LTT 1289 sphere that Anglaria is in, and so they might be pushing them up just because it's a CCC government. So it could just be that they don't know, because Kupesh is a pretty recent player. Probably just be like, hey,
Yeah.
don't keep an eye on these guys because they're evil. So it might be totally innocuous. I don't know. But
It could be. We're gonna have to put that as a Slackbot message. Although it kind of advertises it a bit more than I would want.
yeah, it might just be. I mean, I think they're gone from the game for good. I think we can use them. There's no log since 2016. Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Yeah. But anyone that knows their bugs, it's always a tempting target for disruption.
Are they still Imperial? I didn't even look. Because they fixed Emperor's Fist, and we've bug reported all those broken factions. So maybe they're an independent
I'm not sure
now.
if they fixed Crystal.
Well, let me dock and I'll take a look.
They're still.
Docking.
I think they're still an Empire Theocracy, which is bad. They might have gone corporate.
Emperor's Fist is corporate now.
Yeah.
Man, I like this game. For all my complaints, I really do just enjoy sitting in a spaceship cockpit looking around. Foster City, alright.
Docking request granted.
Yeah, Imperial Confederacy, so they're still going to be broken.
Yep. God damn it.
Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged. Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted. Free shift drive charging.
My crate might be the fastest ship I own.
Is it good? I do have one, but I've not done anything with it.
It's fine. I mean, I'm not blown away by it. I like the cockpit, and I like the view out of it, and it pretty much does everything the Python does just as well. You know, it's not quite as tanky. You can't shield stuff quite as well, but I mean, I'm not doing combat zones in it or anything, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just it's different.
Okay.
It's a little bit faster. It's a little bit more maneuverable. Yeah, I need to get like a big courier or something and make it go 800 meters a second. Do what Pyro did and crash into Algold.
At full speed?
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
Just vaporize his ship. I do like the Challenger. It's pretty fun.
I haven't even tried the original.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Yamix or Cornelius, but they both have the same accent. And so I get them confused as to who I'm watching at any given time until one of them starts
Okay.
making dick jokes, and I'm
Swearing.
like, yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I'm watching Yamix. But he did a comparison of the two, and he was basically like, these are the same. Fly whichever one you think you like the most. The weapon loadouts are only slightly different, but the damage potential is basically the same. The only reason I went with the Challenger was because there's no small versions of the Guardian weapons, so you're either doing large or medium, and I wanted more medium slots instead of 2 large slots, so that I could have three Gauss cannons. That's the only reason I picked one instead of the other, so it's totally up to your preference. Yeah, they maneuver really well. I was having no problem hitting stuff with those, like, railguns. They were nice.
Okay, so the Guardian weapons are...
I mean, those are good,
Good.
but you can use the other weapon. You can use any weapons you want. I made it for killing Thargoids, so
No, I
that's what I was
want to
going
do
with.
the Guardian runes and things.
It wasn't that bad. It
One day.
took me about 4 hours, and I had enough to unlock
Granted.
2 modules and 3 weapons, which I picked the best the best ones that you could unlock, and that was fine. It really was not bad. I think the only thing I would want to do is get some corrosion-resistant hull reinforcements instead of the regular ones to help me counter some of that damage more. But no, the big thing is I just have so few materials that getting any mods done now, like if I have to mod a brand new ship, it's just going to be impossible. I'm going to have to grind for days.
I actually haven't seen any high grade. Normally, what I would say is, oh, just do some high grade signal sources and then trade down. I haven't seen anything in a while.
I wouldn't be surprised if something has happened.
Yeah. I don't know when their next update is due. I mean, there was actually a patch recently, wasn't there?
Yeah, they've been doing like little fixes and patches for things. I think we're on the 2nd one since the main patch, so there's likely one more in the offing. Alright.
Ship released.
Military and colony. This is extraction. Right, I'll bring them something from an industrial system. Trade back.
Landing gear retracted. Shift drive charging.
I wonder if I can have multiple chat boxes. So I can have one chat box for Elite and one for streaming something else, and just switch them on and off based on what UI coloring I want. Might not be a bad option.
I'll probably get rid of it.
Fuel suit disengaged.
Yeah, I need to go through the extensions. Although I had to look at the Twitch extensions page today. I don't know if I was doing it wrong, or whether it was just the kind of top 3. It wasn't the top 3 extensions, it was more like a set of menu bars. I'm sure I've seen more in the past. I just have to do a more detailed search.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. Just looking today, like, there's just so much random stuff out there. Like, yeah, this'll do. Like, I can find what I need to find. That if I was going to stream, like, full-time properly, it could look pretty nice. Nope, I want you. Nav beacon. Oh, I don't have a limpet controller in this ship. No, I'm just scoop manually. Wah.
Incoming mission critical message.
Yeah, so what do you think, G Swine, about holding on to the small systems, or dropping them, or expanding outside of our sphere to Shapsagabus or somewhere else?
Um,
What are your feelings on that?
I think I think we should expand outside the sphere a bit, but mostly because I've been watching a lot of the factions getting closer and closer. Um, it might be nice to have a bit more of a buffer.
Yeah.
I know that we've maneuvered um, Epsilon Hydri coordinated into some systems, and we could definitely move them into hotspot and probably pull out without too much trouble. I will always have a soft spot for Argo.
Yeah, because that's our first. Here's
But yeah.
no. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say we're in a position. I know they're not in Arngen, but we could probably put them in Eudagus. Oh, can I say that without kicking me?
He's not on yet. He
And
won't
then
hear you. Yeah.
yeah, and then jump them over.
Yeah, and it might be. I mean, things are so full, you might even be able to go straight out of Epsilon Hydri. It's just so
Yeah,
few open systems now. Yeah, I was looking at it too, though. Like, I went back about 2 months. The small systems have not been a problem for us. I get that they're technically the more vulnerable systems. They're easier for somebody to screw around with and mess with us, but like, it's been the medium systems, the ones that have 10 million people, right? It's been Chantenary, it's been CD72, and it's been Wakia that have been our
that
problem
had some major.
systems. Yeah, they're the ones
Yeah,
that are complicated. The small systems, you touch them up every once in a while, they're fine. So
yeah,
there's no urgency to it. It's more like if we
yeah.
start making real enemies, then it's important. But I don't know if we're ever going to make
They
real
could be our
enemies.
litmus tests. You know, if
Yeah,
anyone is really kind of up for it, then they could be our canaries. But it's certainly an option. I mean, I could even be persuaded for UArgo, what with it's caused me the most EM messages from any other of our systems
yeah.
over the last year. So
Yeah, so
but
I don't know. I think I was talking to Iko about it, and it's like, we know we can expand to 3 systems in pretty short order that nobody else is contesting or cares about. Those could
yeah,
probably be our that could probably be our goal. Not worried so much about getting out of anything.
yeah, it's weird. I mean, we've still got the 10th Legion has now moved in. It's they're actually in Durettes, but they haven't made many gains. But I think they're consolidating in the other systems that they
Yeah.
have. There's a couple of factions. There's a VOSP or VSOP, and there's another underneath us.
Is
Not
that
directly, but
that's
kind
not
of
the German
nearby.
ones, is it? The crazy German guys that are like taking over 20 systems now?
No, but they're also not that far. They're a bit further out from VOSP, but it's VOSP, and there's another faction that they even share some space with. They seem to have been moving. What the hell are those they're the beard, the mug guys? Is that who you're talking about? They had to change their logo, or they offered to change their logo because it was like the hut.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, I think that's the one I was talking about that are
Yeah,
yeah.
Orbital flight
to have
engaged.
just they took a couple of they must have taken a few low pops systems and then just let them keep going on repeat constantly. That's just on the kind of the I call it the right and the under. Who's on the left and above? Because there's more. I've made you there was that faction in the hate, and you pointed out that they've been dead for a while.
Left and above. Like what are some of the systems you're thinking about?
Well, every time I look at it, for orientation's sake, Eudagus is south of Munchin.
Yeah.
So if you have that south, then everything else is.
Yeah, that's fine. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so Eudigus is south. Yep. So who are we looking for? What systems like Wyomina? Those guys? Forum core, or further?
It was. Oh, just best.
Really are in a bit of a hole in space. That's fine. Yeah, there's LTT. I bet, because there's a cooperative there. The system has 12 billion people? Holy crap.
There's a lot of people. Well, when I was looking for expansion, where did I point it? There was like 3 systems in a line. There, that helps. Change my colors. So the head had a faction in it. Excise, that's 10th Legion. No, it's not. It's easier. Just the other side. Where would we be if it'd be in O in big trouble?
What's that?
EDDB. Without that, we'd be in big trouble.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Would not know much. There's Witch Space. You see those guys?
Yes.
Is that who you're
What's
talking
that?
about? Well, no, they're down. They're pretty low, but
It was
they're that anarchy
Zeta,
faction.
or Zeta Horolgi, which I will put the name in Slack.
Mission objective detected.
Oop, my mission popped up. There it is. Glad it actually yells at you while you're in while you're in the map. Like, hey, the thing you're looking for is here. Oh, good. Let me come back to the game. Oh, I'm gonna have to manually scoop these, and if a bunch of pirates show up, I'm having a problem.
There we go. Lambda Horolgi. I'm going to say that wrong every time.
Yeah, I don't know how you say that. Zeta or...
So there's Jamungzago and Asaya, and it's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I seem to remember where it is. Remove from the ignore list. Alright.
No,
Cargo scoop
that's...
deployed.
Oh, that's where I saw the Confederacy. We actually have a Confederacy under us.
Who's that?
That
Players?
was Lambda.
Alright, I'll look at that in a minute. I gotta scoop some boxes.
The White Templars. That's the other one that shares space with Wasp.
Why does that sound familiar? Weren't they an AD group for a while?
They might have been. Can't tell if they're massively active. Somebody's definitely update 6 minutes, update 1 hour. So somebody's connected using the market connector running about these places.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell now whether the factions are themselves alive or whether they've been adopted by the power, if they're competing for the power,
Incoming mission critical message.
you know, or if it's just other random players.
I was looking all this stuff up when it's CG for bounty hunting.
Alright.
Just
I've got new horology. There's Asuya. Oh yeah, there's Lambda.
because the Templars got better.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I remember this area. I'm surprised we don't get missions that send us down there.
It must just be out the range. I don't. I say that and I hear myself say it and I go, I can't be right.
Yeah, but there doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason why it keeps sending us to some systems and not others.
Yeah, they could do it with extending that. We have had a few extra systems. We talked about it recently in Wikia. It's definitely opened up, but only slightly.
One thing I need to do is make the chat fade out. That would be nice.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah, because it's still up there. If chat's inactive, it needs to... Oh, don't even talk to me about your 26-kilometer runs. I don't want anything to do with that. No, thanks.
Yeah, glutton for punishment. Yeah, we probably shouldn't move the SEK. SEK? SEK? SEKH. Fortification 125%. I think Al might have words with us.
Yeah. Yeah, we should stay out of their places. I think that's a profitable one as well. I'll have to look it up. So that would be 11 missions, and oh, I forgot to get trade. It's okay. Get it next time.
Mars is an outbreak. Credits.
Yeah, has Mobius recovered much, or did they kind of cede a bunch of territory to
They're still,
the neighbors?
from the last time I looked at their systems, they're still laying pretty low.
Maybe nobody was ever really working them. Maybe they just got up there, and then people, you know, you benefit from people passing through and trading and doing things. Maybe they just really weren't working their systems.
They were doing a lot of posts, especially, well, once they realised what was going on, the general orders were stand down and just lots of pictures of people on the beach drinking martini cocktails.
Yeah.
Just wait for it all to blow over. Let them get bored. The Black Ram are rating pretty high in the system they share with them.
Yeah, I get the feeling Black Ram really has it together. They seem to push out a lot of activity, which is, you know, that's good. I would rather have friendly neighbors who know their shit and keep their systems in order, you know? Instead of people just spewing out expansions everywhere and making it kind of crazy. That would be no fun.
That's true. A little more confidence in us looking after your girl after 4 years
Yeah,
would be appreciated.
right.
It's kind of like don't stick your fingers in there. It's too small a pot. Let us deal with it. But they made massive gains in HR 1064. I want to say they must have retreated someone and took the stations, but they have several now. Not sure they were owned by anyone they could retreat it, but that's what it looked like.
Wait, that's almost what I'm wondering for Shapsugabis. If we don't
Uh,
get all of the stations under the control of one crew, and then
Disengaged.
retreat them once we're in there,
Gear retracted.
or
uh-huh.
supremacy war or something like that, and then retreat someone. So that would almost, to me, be the better option. Just take all the systems, all the stations all at once with one war,
Once.
or with one war
Yeah.
and then a retreat.
I mean, if it's possible, that's ideal. There's another one. Have you ever heard of the Empire's Fleet?
The Empire's fleet?
4,
Yep.
No, that sounds new.
1.
San Devote? San even. It's out again.
That's the
I think
thing
all
is,
their
like,
factions.
they've got all those player factions, right? Levingi's Legion swears up and down they're the largest power play oriented player group.
Oh,
And
they're
then,
so
like, where is their power? What are they doing? Like, they couldn't even contribute. They didn't
It's
even
nonsense.
pull in a third of the undermining that was done, you know? Like, you're the emperor, you're the biggest, and you can't even do a third of the opposition for capo.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's like
It's so it's
they're not
embarrassing.
power playing.
No, they're not power playing. They're probably role playing, being in charge of the Empire without any idea how to actually play which is the usual. Oh my god. I do wonder because every time I see a map of the player factions put up, Levingi's Legion and Pileus Libertas
Yeah,
end up.
we're close.
Yeah, we're right over the top of each other. I swear they've been trying to push us a little. Even
Maybe.
just
I mean, if I was looking to, like, they probably don't want to just attack a player faction. At least not one that's from a friendly power that isn't encroaching on them. But, like, if we were idle, right? So maybe if they come and they poke around with a few missions and they're like, oh, they didn't respond, let's poke a little more. Oh, they didn't respond, right? And they'd be like, okay, they're not home anymore, now we can move them.
yeah. Anyone who thinks that's a good idea, you can find me on Anara.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason I'm updating my mission and flight lists. That reminds me, I didn't actually turn Elite Market Connector on, but I figure, like, if I'm working the München BGS, there's no reason I can't be updating the market data and my position and the missions that I'm running. Because then it's very obvious, like, yes, this is a player who's part of this player faction who lives here and is pushing these systems and is doing the work. You know,
Yeah.
that way it doesn't seem abandoned if they're trying to research it a little bit. Because, yeah, we don't have anything to our name besides the systems. You know, we don't have a CG anymore. That's been 3 years ago. You know, we don't have any of that stuff yet.
So I guess it's just looking like another faction. I guess if us having cooperative in the name, I would have thought Libertas. Yeah, I would. Yeah, thank you. You should take.
I think having the faction and the player group be technically separate entities was a really smart thing.
Yeah.
Sure, it's complicated. We have to explain to people, like, yes, that's us. But at the same time, like, it just puts this layer of complication in there that most people aren't wanting to think about or look at.
I suppose that's true. But
I don't know. The decisions you made in, like, August of 2015 have paid dividends for 3 years. like,
total fluke.
like, the location
But,
has been fantastic. Even with the player groups that have been around us, they've been not all that interested in expanding. You know, we don't have a sphere with, like, 20 systems in it to manage. That's
yeah.
helpful. I don't know. Everything that was done has really worked out so well.
Because we could have had major
Yeah.
burnout.
Right, we could have gone one system over and been like next door neighbors to Mobius, or the Legion, or we could have been in Shapsugabis as a control system that was terrible for the Empire, or for AD. So, I don't know, things have gone well.
Number 2.
Alright,
still with-
11, 16, I'm at 16. Just keeping a mental. Still, I know they're still going on about all this running they're doing. What is this economy? Refinery and extraction. Alright, and where am I? What is the economy? Extraction. So nothing useful here. Nothing helpful. If I can get a good lead ahead of this war, hopefully nobody fights it, and it's just a fluke. But if somebody's messing around with Grouchy, I'm not going to be happy.
What's traffic like?
I don't know. I'll have to look when I dock. There was a decent amount of traffic on EDDN.
Drive charging.
There was probably 4 to 5 per day, which isn't always me. You know, I haven't been. I docked there once yesterday, I think.
4,
Okay.
2, 1.
That's the other reason I think the single war and retreat the station owners is a good option, just because people don't really know that you can do it. You know, really organized players get it, players who are super serious about the BGS, but like most players aren't doing that kind of thing.
Scooping.
So it's a good way to just make a very large change very quickly, rather than like fight the war, take a station, fight the war, take a station, the thing.
And if you see it happening, you know you've got someone who's probably got
Yeah.
a more than working knowledge.
Right, and our systems see enough traffic that even though we don't really get like attacked while we're at war, like our systems do drop. We drop a good 3 to 5%. Yeah, so it's not easy doing and sustaining a bunch of wars over and over, because in that last war lasted the minimum length of war can last. And we had systems down in the 20s when it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to avoid that if we can. I don't want to chain a bunch of wars together and have to do all that work.
That would be bad. I suppose that would make sense. I was actually looking that war that's going on. It's actually that's been 1, hasn't it? Is it?
Which,
No, it's actually 5%. It's at 1% and 5.4. Is it Sunachem or
yeah.
Shaps?
Oh, yeah, well, Pyro went in there and just wrecked house, so he fixed that. Just, he goes into CZs and he doesn't come out until he's got like 20 million. We'll do like
I know, that's nuts.
10 million, go back, reload, 10 million.
Yeah.
It's a trooper.
So, I was looking at it, Dave. The commodities own melee installation. I don't think they own anything else.
Okay, so that'll go to the controller. Well, that'll go to who they lose the
Oh no,
war
they
to.
do. They've got Wagner Labs, and
Docking
I think that's them.
granted.
Yeah, and with this, there's only the one big station, right? There's not a bunch in here. There's the one big station, and then there's the planetary stuff. So that's not that big of a deal to me. Let's look at
But
Shaps.
Even if they lose the war, they'll still have a place we can go and get their ships. That should be okay.
Yeah. Shaps has 4, so what do we have? Purple Major, Purple Major, Purple Major, Purple Major. So they are all owned by the system controller. All 4 major stations. And one of the outposts. And one of the outposts. So yeah,
Docking successful. Engines
so in Shaps, we retreat. I guess it would have to be CD 6576. So everybody else looks local. No, there's Guanaga. Oh,
Right.
good. Oh, there's a faction at 4% we can retreat. Oh, that's perfect. So we retreat them, we enter, fight our way to the top, win the war, and then just suppress that faction like crazy until they retreat. and just take all their shit from them. To me, that's a much faster way than fighting 4 wars for stations. Of
How
course,
many
it's
planetaries on there? Oh,
a
goodness
bunch. Yeah,
gracious.
I know. There's so much in that system. That is like a metropolis of a system.
I would keep us going for like the next 4 years.
Right. So that's where it's like I don't want to fight wars to take each one of those, you know. Let's get the big space stations that have a lot of good trade running through. Stick with that.
Independent. There's a lot of them owned by local, like, native factions. Shots. Yeah, a lot of the large ones seem to be owned by the locals. Oh, hello. 2 seconds, I'm gonna hit the mic.
Okay.
Incoming mission critical message.
There we go. It's power bounties. Grouchy bounties. Yeah, nothing. 6,000. 6,000. And crime report. 500. Nothing. There's traffic. Not docking. 11 pythons. That might be somebody. 10 asps. There's a lot of traffic through here. Hey. Oh. Back to white vision. And scan that.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Freight shift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Incoming mission critical message. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Right then.
Welcome back.
Hey, I'm back. I think looking at the market connector, that must be you,
For what?
Rakuri.
I'm there a lot. I mean, you could probably look at it, right? Because I've just would have docked a few moments ago. So you could probably
Yeah.
look at the ID that comes up there and then check how many times that same ID shows up. I know it's pseudo-randomized, so it changes after a while, but it should count somewhat.
Yeah, it's weird. All the visits, they're on the same day, if you like. So I know there's 2 for 24th, 2 for 19, 2 for 16, 4 for 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like they're like consecutive. They just seem to be all clumped.
Well, it's usually, I mean, that would be my MO. I'll go in there, I'll usually grab a pair of missions, run out, do them, grab another pair, and then that's usually 20 influence, because I just go for the +5s. So, I mean, that could be me, but then I don't know who pushed that other faction up, 20 points in a day.
I guess it don't have to be connected here.
It's true, yeah. They get
It's always nice. It's always nice when they
missions.
are.
Yeah, they get missions that come in from the Angels area. It's pretty close to Chona. So they'll get people who pass through and are just dropping missions off and whatever, which is fine. I don't care. That's
Yeah, I
an
did
option.
wonder at one point if Wolfpack of Balance were softening up that and Plute, but I think they seem to have backed off again. That was months ago. That was ages ago.
Docking request
Yeah,
granted.
so many shadows that can be jumped at. There's just everywhere you look. There's some potential thing going on.
Yes, never boring.
No.
Oh, if I come across the mic, this is the problem with living in one room.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not super noticeable.
Okay, cool.
It's just little background noise.
A little background noise. That's okay as long as we're not content IDing ourselves. That's.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It's like,
It's alright. One day I'll move the computer out of here. Yeah, I'm talking to Quade.
hello,
Says hello.
happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Yeah.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
I know the big 4-0.
Frame shift.
Yeah, just tell everybody,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was about to say, you probably don't want to mention that.
No.
She's 30 forever.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh.
Fuel scooping.
What, they've moved from running to bikes. I don't know if that's better or worse.
I mean, it's a more expensive hobby to have a bike, but I feel like I would rather have a bike than run.
It's true, unless you have to run after your bike, like Mad Dog. Oh dear. Actually, I haven't seen him around. Has he been around much?
No,
I've kind
he
of been off
hasn't.
the last 2 days.
Yeah, he's been taking some time for himself and his
Oh.
girlfriend and all that.
No,
So
of course.
I think
God.
yeah, it's just real life has kicking everybody in the
Oh.
nuts recently.
That's true. That's so true.
You know, it's really too bad. It's a good bunch of people, and then bad things happen. You know, there's no accounting for it. It just is what it is.
It is. But, that's it, as long as they know we're still around.
Critical message.
If they use us.
Yeah, he poked his head up a few days ago and just said, "Hey, you know."
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's lucky that he got somebody to work the Unton sphere for him. After all, nobody seemed to understand that it was him doing so much work there. It was always like, "Oh, good job, Aceling's Angels." And he's like, "What am I, chalk liver?" Like, it's like,
it's terrible. It is. It's awful. It's the hardest part, isn't it? When
yeah,
just a little bit of
right?
recognition.
You know, he's fighting against a faction that's getting just a significant amount of activity from all the grinders and probably bots and who knows what else is going on in there. And he's managed to retreat them from 3 systems. He's beating them in wars, pretty much single-handedly. Good job, Kenai. And it's like, that guy hasn't been here in 3 months.
Oh god. But it's a bit like tilting at windmills, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, he's always been good at finding people on the BGS.
Yeah, I think he's probably one of the best recruiters we have out there, because he's not overwhelming them with things to do, right? He's not like, and here's this giant project, go and do all these things. He's like, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to learn about? You know, what are you interested in finding out how to do? And from there, he finds the ones who seem to have a deeper BGS awareness.
Orbital flight engaged.
I don't know. If, I do think that if, No Man's Sky is actually pretty great, because I looked at the trailer and at what's-his-face's speech he gave, like, talking about the features, and it's like, this might be pretty cool. We might not come back to Elite for a while, if this is good enough.
It could definitely go on the kind of, can I say back burner?
Yeah.
But, maintenance mode, maybe. It'd be nice just to have that kind of fresh burst of something.
You know, and I think if we had had the ability to, like, build our own, you know, Libertas space station or ground base and do some work to keep it up and make it stronger or more profitable or whatever, like, we'd probably enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's not an option, so.
I will be looking forward to having a mess around in that with everybody.
Yeah,
we'll see how well it plays, all of us together.
Yeah, I'd imagine on launch day it's going to be a complete mess.
Yeah. Yeah, no Man's Sky. Remember I told you Tuesday? Tuesday's the launch of the thing. I'm being asked if we're talking about Fallout 76.
Oh.
That's a whole different kettle of fish, isn't it?
I want to see some gameplay from that, and maybe get... I don't think I'm going to join that when it starts. Like, I want people to get an idea of what's going on.
Well, it sounds like they're doing a kind of... It's going to be very... It shows how limited my experience is. If I say they're doing an FD-style beta, where they're going to be kind of testing modules out before running the full thing at the end.
Yeah.
They're really playing, you know, everything quite cautiously. Which is good, but I don't think we get very much from the beta.
No, I'm going to wait until after release, after they've had some patches, after the community has had a chance to say, like, this is a colossal fuck-up.
Warning. Trespass zone.
I see me taking a wonder fruit eventually, for sure. But yeah, I don't blame you. I don't think it's something to jump on straight away.
Trespass zone cleared. Bounty incurred.
And there'll be plenty of streamers that'll be going through the game from the beginning.
Yeah, I think so too. I just want to know... I mean, any game is going to be full of just hostile assholes who want to wreck your shit. But...
Cannot comply.
No, fire.
I'm not.
But
I'm not too worried about that. I don't know from what Todd said,
4,
and just from the way that they're
2, 1.
it's a space they don't really seem to
Incoming
know.
mission
I know they
critical
have
message.
bought assets and people that do know the space, but yeah, you can't take what he said. I don't think he strung two sentences together to make sense on it, especially when he was talking about how you can play solo, but in a shared space, when you're saying you can still play it as an individual your own game, but that the interactions are going to be there.
yeah, I'm just worried that
Yeah,
the cost of losing progress will be too high. Right? Like, if we spend a bunch of time building up something that we like as a group, that's fun, that's cool, and that we all support, but then it's very easy for somebody to come in and mess with it.
Incoming mission critical message.
I don't know, then
it's
that's not as fun for me, right? And, like, that's part
yeah,
of why Elite is both great, but also horribly frustrating, is that
Drive charging.
you feel like you really can't take time away from the BGS or your faction gets just pummeled.
yeah.
And you can't take time away from power play or your power falls apart, So that's the kind of thing that I don't want to emulate in whatever we play next, right? Like, whatever the next game is that we find
Yeah.
that we all really seem to enjoy, I
The
don't want to be...
micromanagement has to come down.
Yeah, it's got to be something where we
Yeah,
can dip in and out more flexibly, but still have a sign that we're all working towards something or progressing towards something.
yeah, I get that.
And,
I think that what
yeah.
you build, because it's the nukes is a long way off. Even if we got in, yeah, that's going to be. Well, there's always some crew that completes the content in a
Yeah, like
thousand times
quickly,
faster than the
right?
developer expected. But I think your buildings and things will move more because if you come offline, your buildings go into a blueprint. So if somebody builds in your space, like I guess you could have two or three or 10 or whatever a faction or different people that have a spot that they like, and every time that one goes offline, somebody else puts theirs back up. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
understand how that works. So the nukes are the first kind of big disruptive influence. It will be seeing how many people are on
right.
that map.
And that's kind of where I'm thinking, like, okay, let it play out for a little while. Don't join right away. See how it works and how all of that gets figured out. Let it go for a month. Let them put out the first big expansion or the first big patch, post-launch patch or something,
Yeah,
and then really get an idea of what it is they're doing. Because it could end up being maybe a lot like Elder Scrolls Online, where it had a rough start and people didn't really enjoy it, and it had a limited fan base, and then this last year it's gotten rave reviews and everybody seems to love it because it's so much more flexible and easier. So it could easily be that. Um,
yeah,
but that's one where, until I know what it is, I'm not willing to buy it and dive in and devote time to it.
yeah.
Whereas No Man's Sky, one, I already own it. Two, like,
Which helps.
I kind of get that game, right? Like, I more or less understand broadly what they're going for, and it's not a fiercely competitive murder hobo, trash your progress kind of thing.
Docking request granted.
Of course, I suppose it's next year. Division 2. It looks interesting. I know it's not for everybody. The first one wasn't for everybody. But again, it comes under how many of these games as a service do you want to have yourself committed to? Because I certainly didn't play nearly, I guess I played half the content of the first one.
Of which?
The Division.
Oh, yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know, I think shooters just wear me out, so I never got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 looks fun, though. I mean, trolling around in
They
another
seem
big
to have
city.
their roadmap
Yeah.
sorted out. Yeah.
Makes me wonder if Dynasty is doing any of the artwork for it.
We should ask him. I think, God, I haven't even tuned into his Twitch channel. I should do that. But it could be his Twitch channel was so big that he's actually independent and out there now.
Alright, so that's 20 million, or 20 influence for Allied. Nobody else really needs a lot of work. Nobody wants to hang out. Come hang out.
I know, we talked about it for ages. They
That's
have
fine.
all been deadly silent.
Well, I think we were gonna get it started earlier, and then all my stuff blew up for about 5 hours.
Yeah, that was understandable. In fact, did you guys have a decent hangout yesterday, or was it just a quick chat?
No, it was good. We recorded it. You know, Pyro and I were just puttering around, and then Al Gold and Brevity were hanging in chat, and we went looking for trouble. Pyro wanted to kill some stuff, like players,
Yeah.
and he was hearing about the community goal, and one of the Xbox players over on AD Slack, like, he was just over in the CZs doing his thing. Some guy in a Corvette was like, you're stealing my kills, get out. And then he's like, actually, you're annoying me, I'm going to kill you. And so he did, he killed him.
All right. Okay.
And so that was really making Pyro mad, and he was like, let's go police the community goals. I was like, all right, let's do it. Like, I was a little worried, but whatever. So it was a lot of fun. Except
Oh, that's okay.
the whole time we were there, we flew to the Imperial one, then we flew to the Federal one, and everybody was on their best behavior. They were just talking, chatting, hanging out. You know, if there are a couple wings in the CZs just doing their own thing. Nobody
All
was
right,
murdering anybody, yeah. And then after
Everybody
I
was
left,
getting along.
Pyro found one guy who combat logged on him. So
But you got to see like that thing that is rumored might exist, or that perfect ideal.
yeah,
That certainly wasn't what I saw really when I was at my last one. I don't know. There was a lot of people, a lot of commanders kicking around at the stations. It was fairly chill.
oh, Tatabosh. Hold on, let me. I'll ASMR for you. Hey, Tataboy, how you doing? You're going to get to listen to the sounds of me typing, and it's going to help you sleep. How's that? But yeah, no, and you know, we pulled into the station. I think part of it is if you have a trade CG, it's going to attract people because they know they can kill traders. If you have a
Yeah.
combat CG, you're going to have guys with decked out Corvettes and stuff. You know, going to fight back. So maybe that's part of it. Is like the most horrendous gankers don't show up to that stuff as much as they do trade.
But still, to see them all having a good time.
Yeah, I'm looking at my contacts list, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 35 commanders that I ran across last night. Not a single one was hostile. Not a single one was a dick, not a, you know, and like, so, yeah. I don't know. This whole open is a terrible place and you're gonna get killed is stupid.
Not quite a thing. Somebody linked pictures of the, is it Seos? Where was the Winter's target? They made it the
Capo.
most recent.
Yeah, and there was all that PvP going on there. Which is funny, because then, like, we were prepping it too, and I did my entire set of hauling there. Well, I did all my hauling was the week before for the competing one, but I never saw a single commander. I put 10,000 merits in open.
Landing gear deployed.
Nothing. In a T9, mind you. In a T9. not even my cutter, which could potentially get away. That stupid T9.
Yeah, you're just bold. That's all.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
I'm looking at Pang. It's probably just some random Lizzie Anassa. Lizzie, Lysianassa. They've got one video of their trip to Sage. That's not who Jezza had out there, is it?
I don't remember.
The griefer? The
Yeah,
griefer who went
the one who took a Corvette when the Corvette was brand new and took it out to Sage and then killed explorers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, it was something Lysania.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
forget the
worried
name.
about. That could be where you're seeing them getting a push.
That's who was in. Where you typed this somewhere? Where was that? I can't find it now. I saw the name.
This. Let me.
Uh,
Do it again.
oh, that's totally no. That's it. That's the one. Lysisana. Yeah, that's totally her.
Okay.
Where were they?
Well, they're on top 5 in Pang. It's
Yeah.
only
Okay, then they're back.
21k. Yeah.
That's who it is. I mean, they're back. Then that's Crystal Armada. Well, you can tell the BGS Prime folks that. Be like, oh, look who it is. Here, hold on. I'll find a contextual post for you to be like, this is who that is.
Surely they should have had an Anara. They didn't turn up on it. It's weird. Maybe I'm tiring some poor commander.
Wouldn't be the first.
Yeah, it's true.
If I can find that.
Maybe. No? Oh, no, I do. That was a heart in the mouth moment. We've ordered food, and I just went to look for the cash to pay for it, and it wasn't there. It's like, uh-oh.
That's always. Would you just leave it, please?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not finding anything. I don't know. Oh well.
Yeah, unless they tied it up after themselves and
They
don't know
might
what the hell
have.
it's that. That's weird.
Stellar Factor. Empire Bounty. I've got a bunch of bounties I can turn. Great.
Let's have a look at the news here. Factions. Yeah, they haven't reached threshold. They're at 54, but they haven't hit supremacy and then dropped down. So today is the day. Right, I have dinner, so
Yep.
I'm going to bid you adieu.
Yep. I'll see you when I see you. I don't.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to Tuesday. I'll talk to you in Slack already, but maybe we'll get on a hangout before then.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think Tuesday will be a lot of fun. All right. See you later.
Excellent. Catch you, man.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping complete. Docking request granted. Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.